Alright everybody, welcome back. Today got a really fun unboxing. This is a double unboxing from Bulova. Not a sponsored video, these are both watches from my collection. This one on the right is a brand new release. It just came out this year. And this one on the left I've had for about a year now. It came out, I think, in 2024. And I just have never done a review on it, so I figured I'd put it back in the box and kind of compare the two, because they're very, very similar. What we have here on the right is the Bulova Snorkel. So the Bulova Snorkel is kind of a fun watch. Not dissimilar to something like the Moonswatch or even the Swatch collaboration with Blancpain, which might be a more apt comparison given this one is a diver. But let's go ahead and unbox both of these and take a look at what we've got here. So first of all, the packaging is really cool. I really like the whole snorkel concept. That Blancpain was called the Scuba 50 Fathoms, which I keep confusing this as the Scuba. I keep referring to it as the Scuba. It is actually the Snorkel. But I'm going to keep calling it the Scuba on accident, so I apologize in advance. The one on the left here is the Devil Diver. And if you're not familiar with the Devil Diver, it is the original Bulova diver. And this is called the Devil Diver because it's got water resistance up to 666 feet. But yeah, this is a really cool watch that we'll definitely talk about. Let's pull off the crystal protector here on the snorkel and see what else we got here in the box. Big weight difference already, which is understandable. Got pretty similar packaging, which is kind of cool between the two. Quick side-by-side of the two. A lot of differences here, which we'll talk about. But overall, clearly a Bulova diver. Ah, man, I'm really excited about both of these watches. I've had this one for a long time, so I'm not excited about it necessarily, but I'm excited to compare the two. How about that? All right, so what we have here is a little bit of information: 3-year limited warranty, 100-meter water resistance, 3-hand with date complication. We got a snorkel, jolt of fun. It is a jolt of fun. Look at those colors. Bulova needed a jolt of fun, I think. Hybrid ceramic is a composite case material. It's bioceramic, hybrid ceramic. Is that what we're doing now? Okay, this is the color schemes. This is mine, the Great White Shark Snorkel. This is the 98B449. And there's a picture of the case backs, and that's that. So that's all we've got there. Let's set that aside. And then we'll take the Devil Diver out. And all we have in here is a similar tag. This is the 98B407. Less information on this one than the Scuba Snorkel. The $12.95 price tag is quite a bit different. I don't even remember if this one had one on there. It does not, but I'll tell you it's $350 up front. The Devil Diver is now $777. I don't think they wanted to go down to $666. It would be too on the nose. So now it is $777, at least on the Bulova website, and then we just have some warranty and setting instructions there. So we'll set that aside as well. So let's take a quick little zoom in here on these watches. So a couple differences. First off, this one is a stainless steel case with a, I guess, IP, like gray case coating material, whereas this is that hybrid ceramic case. Very different weight to both of them. As far as the dial goes, you'll notice some texture on the snorkel here. Not a GMT, so there's an extra hand here on the Devil Diver, as well as the fact that this is a full lume dial with these really cool like indexes there where all the GMT hours are. We got a lume pip on the snorkel. I keep wanting to say Scuba. On the snorkel here, we got a lume pip, whereas we don't have it on the Devil Diver, but this is also a full lume bezel. As far as the straps are concerned, the snorkel uses a HNBR rubber strap, which is, it looks like an FKM, but it's supposedly like a nitrile type of rubber, some form of nitrile material. The Oceanographer uses a polyurethane strap, and you can see, visually speaking, there's a lot of differences. We'll definitely take a look at them on wrist and see how they wear. I tend to think that this one is a little bit thick for me. It's definitely a diver strap for sure, which you'll either really like or really won't. But the big reason I think is because of the way that this strap kind of comes out of the lugs here on the Devil Diver. It's like this fixed strap that just has a larger lug-to-lug presence. It doesn't quite articulate at the lugs. It's almost like a male end link in a way, whereas on the snorkel, it drops exactly where the lugs end. where the spring bars are. So it definitely gives it a little less wrist presence. I'd say even if you're a female, this is gonna be a nice unisex watch. I think it's gonna wear really well on a lot of people. That lug to lug is a really nice size. So overall, the wearability of both watches, although they have identical case dimensions, is going to be quite a bit different just because of the way that the rubber strap is. Another big difference right off the bat is the fact that we don't have a, you know, Cyclops there. I don't even want to call it a Cyclops because it's square, but it's a internal Cyclops, so it's not raised on the crystal like it would be on, say, a Submariner, but it's a really cool little feature that I've never seen before. So we have this internal Cyclops, it's a square. Now, this is a crystal and this is a sapphire. They're the same shape as far as I can tell. Now, one of the main differences in these two watches is the crown, and that has to do with the movement itself. The one on the Quartz is a push-pull crown, whereas the one on the Devil Diver is a screw-down crown. And because it's the GMT, we'll go ahead and test that out here. Now, once we have the crown unscrewed, we go to the final position, and you can set the GMT hand as you would a normal, hour hand. And then when we put it down to the first position, you can independently set that hour hand as you would with any true GMT. And then the date complication is likewise set that way as well. You just keep twisting the hour hand until the date changes. So it is a true GMT in that sense. All right, so taking a look at the snorkel here, we have it on this really nice kind of tropic-esque strap. They call it a HNBR rubber nitrile strap, which would be the first time I've heard that term. It definitely is reminiscent of the tropic type straps that I've got in my collection, which is always a nice choice. Can't really go wrong with this material. It's very comfortable. Really lightweight watch so far. Wears nicely on my 17 centimeter wrist, which is about 6.7 inches. We'll zoom out here and give you a little bit better wrist perspective there. Again, 17 centimeters, 6.7 inches. Wears really nicely on me. Very comfortable watch. This is a 100-meter water resistant watch, which is not quite the 200 meters that we get on the adult brother Devil Diver. This is a Miyota 2115, which is a quartz movement accurate to 15 seconds a month. And it's a 41 millimeter case with a 20 millimeter lug width, retailing at $350 on the Bulova website. Comes in the 4 colors that I showed you earlier in the video on this hybrid ceramic case. Taking a look at the bezel here, we got what appears to be a 60 click bezel. It's a little tough to turn. The coin edge isn't great. It is seems like it's also a ceramic material or plastic, but overall, not horrible. This is a good looking watch though. I'm getting a little distracted. Okay, the bezel action isn't spectacular, but it's a $350 diver, and it's definitely supposed to be more of a fun, like summer beach watch. This is definitely one that I would not feel, too badly about taking snorkeling, which is convenient given the name of the watch. I really like this strap. I just want to get that out there. This is a very, very comfortable, flexible strap. And this is a very comfortable watch in general. All right, so we've got the Devil Diver on. You can definitely see the details in this nice polyurethane strap. Certainly quite a lot more thought went into this strap than on the snorkel. You can see we have stitching on the Devil Diver with this cool like cross-grain texture. And we've got bigger buckle widths as well to kind of keep the watch in place, bigger buckle overall. You can see the presence of this strap on my wrist. It's pretty thick overall, which we may even get some calipers out and measure that. But here's the watch and how it wears on me. Again, a 17 centimeter wrist, 6.7 inches. And overall, wearability is excellent. Although I do tend to find that the snorkel wears a little bit better on me. I just think that this strap is a little too chunky for me. I think it's definitely a diver strap. I'm on the very last hole, so the very tightest position. Any other position on the strap is way too loose. And lug to lug on this watch, let's call it right here. We've got 60. That's quite a bit bigger, I'd say, than the lug width of this one, or lug to lug rather on this one, which is 47. So that's the difference here. Checking out the bezel action here. A lot better movement overall, like it's easier to turn. Same action that I can tell. The coin edge is certainly easier to grip being a metal bezel versus that ceramic material. Pretty interesting coating on this case. You know, I don't typically find myself liking, you know, PVD coating or, you know, black watches or anything like that, but this gray kind of like IP coating they've got on here is really nice. The Bulova logo on this one is applied, and we've got this nice kind of sector dial put into 4 quadrants there. GMT hand, I think, is a little bit illegible on this particular watch. As far as GMTs go, you typically see the GMT hand as like a bright yellow or orange or red or something like that. This one kind of disappears into the background of the watch, and I kind of forget that it is a GMT, other than the fact that it has the 24-hour markers on the inner dial there. Overall, the Devil Diver is a cool watch using a Miyota 9075 GMT, which is a 24 joule movement that is -10 to +30 seconds a day, which is in comparison to the Quartz Miyota that is ±15 seconds a month. Hands are a little bit different on both watches. Again, this is a GMT, so there are going to be some differences there. But the handset is a little bit more legible, I'd say, on the Quartz Snorkel. And part of that is just because we have a lot going on with this one. As far as the actual like hands go, I can't really say that I prefer one over the other, but certainly the Snorkel on the right seems a little bit more legible. And I keep calling this one the Snorkel on the right, but technically this one also has the word Snorkel on the dial, so it is a little unfair to refer to one as the Snorkel and not the other one. But this is, in my opinion, the Oceanographer Devil Diver, and it didn't really ever occur to me that it even said Snorkel on the dial until today. So I learned something new today. This is the first Bulova I've ever owned, is this Devil Diver. But yeah, I really like this design overall. The case is very comfortable, and I think it's just even better in this little hybrid ceramic thing. This is a fun little watch for 350 bucks. All right, so it's 2025 and we're going into summer here, and you're thinking to yourself, I really like Bulova and I really want a diver, but I'm not really sure which one to get. I would just get the new Snorkel because I really like the way that the watch looks. I like the way that the watch wears. I like the weight of it. I like the strap that they chose. And I like the fact that it's kind of a go anywhere, throw it on and not care about it type of watch. In the same vein as like a Moonswatch, for example. It's a $350 watch. It's fun. It's got the same looks. It wears great. It's just a nice little watch. You're missing out on the cool dial and the GMT functionality and the fact that this is an automatic. The bezel's better. The case is better. The dial's better. Everything's better. But this one's fun. And I kind of like that. Hopefully that makes sense. But I'm the type of guy that likes the Moonswatch. And if you don't like the Moonswatch, then maybe you won't like this. But I really like Quartz watches in general. I think this is a really nice one. It's well made. That seconds hand is hitting pretty much every marker. It's a Miyota Quartz movement. It's accurate. It's really hard to fault this watch in any way. I think it's just a really fun, good-looking watch that I could wear all summer. And I think I'll get compliments on it on top of that. I think I'm gonna wear this one a lot. And that's all I've got for today. I'll see you in the next one.